Hello YouTube, it's me, Captain Energy, and today we're going to take a look at something. It's kind of a repeat video, but some things have changed in Cubase and in Reason that kind of make it enough to warrant redoing the video. I had a user, subscriber rather, contact me regarding using Reason's players in Cubase. And though the process is basically the same as my previous video, the look of the software has changed enough that I think that it might not be a bad idea to put out a new video to replace the old one, maybe pull the other one down. Anyway, sorry, maybe I'll just leave it there because it's good for historic purposes, and if somebody hasn't upgraded their software, maybe they're using older versions, then that's fine, but whatever. All right, well, here we go. We're going to do this. It should be a pretty quick video. First, the question was specifically, how do I use Reason's players to play Groove Agent in Cubase? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this up right now. It's pretty easy to set up. So here's what we do. First, we're going to add a Groove Agent in here. Okay. So first, go over to right click, add an instrument track, and we're just going to go right here. And I'm just going to go to Drums and grab Groove Agent SE. Now I have both Groove Agent and Groove Agent SE. I'm just using SE because I figured I'd use the one that you're most likely to have if you didn't buy Groove Agent separately or have Absolute. Now when you first open Groove Agent, it comes in without a kit loaded. So unlike Reason's drum kit, where they come in with a drum kit already preloaded, this doesn't have one built in. Now, alright, so here we are. Now we've got, there's a kit loaded, ready to rock. Keep bumping into little solo mute buttons there. For some reason, they're so tiny, but I can't seem to hit them all the time. Anyway, here we are. So I've got a drum kit in here. And, basically we've got everything in here we need for sounds. What I'm going to do right now, just to get this out of the way, I'm just going to hit the close button. Not because I'm closing it, just because it will, if you've used Cubase, you know that you can show and hide things. If I tap the little keyboard icon here, I can bring it back, or I can click that and hide it again, or I can click X and hide it. I'm going to turn the volume down on this track because this track tends to be just a little bit noisy. So bring that down just a smidge, and there we go. Let's see here. And now next thing we want to do is we want to add Reason. So I'm going to go up here again, and I'm going to add another instrument track. This time I'm going to select Reason. Now this is going to take a second, only because Reason has to do some checks on the way into loading anything. It has to make sure that all the rack extensions that are listed in its library are still there and active, and check licensing and all that fun stuff. So it'll take a second, and then once it's ready, it'll pop up on the screen. I may fast forward in the video so you don't have to wait, or maybe it'll open just as I finish saying the message there. All right, sorry, that was just funny. So now there are two ways to get this in here. You can go through the browser to get a player, or I can go through right down here and click Add Other Devices, and then just go to Players and pick a player. And now in here I've got a whole bunch of different players, as you can see. Beatmap is what I was going to use, but I think I'm going to use Drum Sequencer. And this is just another simple drum sequencer type thing. You can see it's a visual, so I can go, I want breakbeats, I want whatever, whatever I want. Electric 4, that's probably gonna be a 4 on the floor type drum kit. All right, and now what we want to do is we want to tell this drum kit before we tell it anything, let's name it, because this is going to save us some aggravation later on. What I usually do when I'm doing a player controlling a synth in Cubase, because there's a list of a whole bunch of things, you'll see what I mean in a second, I like to know what's what. So I'm going to say, this is my Reason drum player. Okay, giving it a name, and now you see that on the track. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to say Reason Drums GA for Groove Agent. So I know what's what. Press enter. Now, when I click on Groove Agent, and I go over here on the left, I need to tell Groove Agent, right now it's set to all MIDI inputs. So that means it's going to receive its notes from my keyboards, you know? And that's fine and well and good and all that kind of thing. But I want it to receive MIDI input from Reason. So what I do is I click this little list here. It says, with the little arrow pointing into the box, all MIDI inputs, and I look down the list and I find the one that says Reason Drums MIDI Out, Reason Drums Player. Oh, that's what I want right there, actually, because this is Reason Drums GA is what we're on right now. I don't want it to copy itself. That'll cause a feedback loop. And believe me, you can actually cause a MIDI feedback loop, and they're not great. They're problematic. So we're just going to go with right here. Go to Reason Drums Player, which is what we just named it, and it even has this little dash event out that it adds to it. And now, essentially, this is essentially the keyboard that's plugged into those drums. What we need to do also now, as you noticed, when I go over to the drums here, I select them and I play them, nothing's happening. Okay, that's because now this is expecting notes from over here from Reason to come in and play through it. Now if I go over to here and I press run, you can see it's pushing the notes from this into that drum. But if I click off of the drums, it stops. Why does it stop? Well, because when you're clicked on an instrument, that instrument is automatically given focus, is what it's called, and it's basically being listened to. But when you click off of it, it loses focus and you can't hear it anymore. So what we need to do to correct that is go over here to the left in the inspector on my drum kit and click this little speaker. That is the monitor speaker. What that does is it says, hey, monitor this even if I'm not clicking on it right now. And that will get us what we're looking for. Now, you can modify these, of course, here in the pattern editor. And when you're done, basically that's what you've got. Now, if I go over here and I click record, actually I'll stop it first before we hit record because I want this to stop. If I go here and I press record, sorry about that, I was on the wrong track. If you click this, I apologize, so let me do that again. If you want to capture this performance for for use in your production, what you would do is go to the beginning, click the track that the drums are on, okay, because that's like, it's as though you're on that track right now, like playing your keyboard, and then just hit record. You can even change the sequences. Some of the sequences have multiple. I'm going to stop this because this drum kit obviously is not the best drum kit for this particular pattern. You'd have to find a drum kit that actually sounded good. Actually, let me see which one has that. Well, anyway, point is this. Sorry. If you look right here, you'll see that all the notes were recorded as though they were played. Now, once that's done, you could actually theoretically just get rid of this player if you wanted to. It doesn't have to take up resources once you've got the drums out. Or you could leave it here, and you could just use it as an actual player, as part like an instrument within your track. Keep it, and you could record all the automation to record the different sections and push them out to your drums live. Whatever you feel like doing is fine. Both work. And that's it. That is how you hook up a Reason player to Groove Agent. And I hope that helps everybody out who is using Cubase and Groove Agent and wants to hook up a player to it. This is the same method, just so you know, you would use to hook up a player to any instrument in Reason. So if you wanted to use scales and chords, or you want to use the strum type feature that they've got, that was in my last video, same idea. The only reason I did the video over again is because I thought that the changes visually were enough that it warranted a second video. So, alright, I hope that was helpful, and if it was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would, please actually do subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel, and I've almost... my goal for this year is to hit 500 new subscribers, or 500 subscribers total, and with a goal of next year hitting 1,000. So if you would subscribe, I'd appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. I do a lot of great things. I do a lot of good things. I don't say great things, but I do what I can. I do a lot of things for, to help people out. Like, this is a specific question that was asked. I'll make videos for you if you have a specific question that I can answer, because chances are, if you're asking, there's 100 other people who want to know how to do it too. So, just like in class, that kid raises his hand and says, teacher, how do you do this? And the teacher answers the question. In the meantime, though no one else had questions a minute ago, there's some kid in the back of the room going, oh man, thank you, because I was wondering how to do that. I didn't understand that. Same idea. I'm trying to just help everybody out. If you guys would like to hit me up in the comments, do so. Please let me know what you want to know so I can make my next video as useful to you as possible. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate you all. Have a super day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.